Hey guys, I just want to shoot a quick video to give you an overview of the programming coming up and to kind of inform you a little bit about the past phase that we were in. The reason for me shooting this video is because I really want to create good buy-in in what we're doing. And a lot of times, whenever you don't have clarity on what you're doing, there's going to be consequences. If you don't have clarity on where you're going from a training standpoint, there's going to be consequences, and if y'all don't understand why we're doing certain things in this upcoming phase, we may not have that buy-in and the effort that we need to better inform our training going forward. So really want to create that good buy-in. Just to give you a little bit more information, so whenever I came on, we had that first 7 weeks as an introductory phase, and what that allowed me to do was to get a better understanding of where each one of you are at with regards to your movement, your mobility, how efficient you are with certain things, and just to get a good big picture idea of what I was working with the gym. And I've got to say, it's awesome. Yeah, a lot of great fit people in here, and I've loved this first leg of the journey with y'all. So I really appreciate y'all welcoming me so nicely and having that buy-in just from day one. So next, we're going to have a training phase, and this is going to be from the 13th through the 31st. And what we're trying to do here is to really see kind of where you're at. The great thing about CrossFit that set it apart from a lot of the other fitness programs that have been around is it's objective, it's measurable, and it's repeatable. We try to stay in touch with some of those benchmark workouts, but we can also go a step further and see not only where you're at in a traditional CrossFit setting with what we call mixed modal workouts of things that you do where you're doing running plus wall balls plus double unders, but we can also see where you're at with regards to specifically just looking at your strength, whether it's a clean and jerk, or weightlifting movements such as clean and jerk or snatch, or with powerlifting movements such as a deadlift, a bench press, or a squat, as well as other movements like front squats. So we definitely want to get a good, clear picture of where you're at. And after talking with some of y'all, it sounds like you may not have done a whole lot of testing in the past. So regardless, we want to get a snapshot of your fitness right now holistically, not just what it looks like in a traditional CrossFit Metcon, metabolic conditioning session, like we've been testing some of those, like Isabel or some of the others that we've done, but also see what you look like for your aerobic development. You know, what does your mile run time look like? What does your 2K row look like? What does it look like on the bike whenever we're asked to go short distances or long distances? So if we look at it, kind of the timing of this testing phase, if we have a CrossFit Open, we may be about 13 weeks out from that. So this situates us nicely to be able to see kind of where you're at now to inform our last leg of training before the Open. But even if you don't even necessarily care about the Open, this gives us a good baseline to inform our training going forward. And that's the big thing I want to really educate you on is the training process. It's got to be viewed as such, as a process. You can't just expect to come in haphazardly, maybe 1 or 2 days a week or once every 3 weeks, and expect to improve in the qualities you're trying to improve. When I'm writing up the programming, this is under the assumption that you're coming fairly regularly, and because Monday complements what we're doing on Tuesday and Wednesday as well as the rest of the week, but also that week in the context of a month, 3 months, 6 months, and a year. So there's actually a method to the madness if you have not seen that side of it, and I'd love to talk to y'all more about that if you're interested in it. The big thing is, in the training process, you start with an assessment. You've got to see where you're at from a movement and a mobility standpoint. Can you safely and effectively do all the movements that you're required to do? Because I would not ask you to do a movement if that's not a good tool for you. One thing I want y'all to recognize is everything we do in here is a tool. It's a tool to help you reach your goals. And for some people, some tools isn't always the best option at that time. If you have a movement limitation going overhead, we may not want to load that under fatigue, under speed, at the end of a workout. not just from a safety standpoint, but it's just not smart training. And that's what I really want to bring to the table with Programmer for Y'all. I want to see, one, with this training process, is the training I'm implementing actually leading you towards your goals? So that's the only way we can do that is if we have a testing phase, we do an assessment, and then we have an implementation of training based off that collective assessment, and then we reassess further down the road to see whether or not whatever training we implemented, if it had a good benefit, if we helped move in the direction towards our goals. And that's the big thing, is we want to make sure we help remove our biases by going through that training process, because the training process and assessing multiple times, that's not going to lie. You'll easily be able to see if you're getting better, and that's what I'm all for. So let me know if you have any questions. I hope this helped kind of get you to understand why we're doing a testing phase to better inform our training going forward, and specifically if we do potentially in the near future a 2K row, maybe we'll do rowing intervals based off that 2K time. So it's also important to note, if you miss a session, we will have open gym sessions, or we may have makeup periods where later you could make up a test that you missed that's really important. And I also try to indicate which are really high priority sessions that we want to hit. We are hitting one tomorrow, so I hope to see everyone there. But we'll talk about that going forward. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope you're having a great day, and look forward to going through this testing phase with you.